Hugging.
It's the
Well,
Sonic Boom commentary.
welcome
It's
to
it's
Make It All Stop.
it's the saddest heaven.
Starting with an apology, as you can probably tell, I am in no mood to do this.
Maybe we should delay.
I have been working late. An apology, a genuine, very genuine apology for the speed at which the videos are coming out at the moment, specifically the LMC ones, for i.e. the pre and the post shows.
Maybe we should be playing this until you feel better.
We don't have the time.
Why?
But yeah, let me explain. I'm kind of, my working hours are kind of bonkers, and at the moment, because where I work, it's only a few people doing stuff, and one of them's on holiday for 2 weeks. Guess which 2 weeks those are?
This one.
Yeah. So, as a result, I'm basically working 9 till 12. I think breaks are not that frequent. So the problem is, if I'm working late, if I was like, well, do I have time to like put the video together and maybe during the day, but then I can't render it while I'm working because because otherwise it slows the computer down and then working becomes very difficult, and it's difficult enough as it is at the moment. Then it's okay, well, what happens if you wait till after finish working? Well, even if I'm not finished working late, I'm still finishing. I'm supposed to finish about 5:30. I end up finishing about 8, normally by standard. At which point, if I start the video rendering, by the time it comes round to us recording, it's then a case of it'll still be rendering. If I start it then, it'll still be rendering. And if I have that rendering and recording, well, we've seen what happens, or rather we've heard very audibly what happens that one time. So naturally I can't...
Kind of heard and then we didn't, and
So,
then we
yeah,
did.
so I can't render until after the... That means I can't render until after the show's finished recording, at which point that takes, 2.5 hours on a small show to render. So now from our point of view, we're pushing like 1 o'clock, assuming I'm not doing anything else, and it's usually a much bigger show anyway. So that means it's probably going to finish rendering about 4 a.m. At which point I will hopefully be asleep. So then I'm in the situation where, well, next day, oh wait, I'm working. I can't really upload the video because it's just going to kill all the resources of my PC again. So that's why it's taking a long time. That's also one of the reasons I really sound like this. Now, according to my good friend and co-commentators, first of all, I very rarely introduce them nowadays, but because you're kind of used to it, and I hope by this point in time. So, allow me to introduce first the Duke of Donny.
The Duke of Donny.
And
Hi.
And also the Duchess of Cat. There we go.
Yeah, after like more than a week of just daily episodes, we're all just starting to get kind of worn down now. It's our stamina is really beginning to run low now.
It's noticeable because I am, speaking of rendering, I have Sony Vegas up here with ready to render and haven't been able to start pre-show for episode 29. And a lot of the stuff we said in episode 29, we also said yesterday. There's a lot of duplication if you listen. We all of us have started recycling our own material on the commentaries. But that's
We
partly out of
apologise.
just we're sorry about that. It's all,
And now a clip show.
it's all Cartoon Networks. Is it a clip show today?
No,
Good.
I'm making a joke about we're recycling our
good.
content. We might as well make a clip show
Hey,
to fully recycle our content.
might as well.
It'll fill in the slot. We might have a funny framing device of some kind,
Mm.
or we could just reuse the one that we already have.
We can just put up all the outtakes from the episode 27 pre-show skit thing, which is
You could just have several videos of me laughing.
At least for
the video where you sent me out of the room and then proceeded to do like a numerous pieces to camera, including singing.
That's it, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't actually.
At least-
It's
No,
kind
I
of terrible.
wasn't going to. Sorry, Danny.
No, I was just gonna say, like, at the very least, today's episode, there's a lot to talk about. Like, there's
As
a
such,
lot.
I will probably not be talking.
That's a pity because I'm not.
No. It's the. Hey, yo! It's the Donny Show.
Tune on in his beard has grown. Right. So, a thing happens today, I gather, because it's all over Twitter.
Yeah, it's become perhaps the biggest joke of the Sonic Boom cartoon so far. Perhaps even more so than the Knuckles cake moment.
Actually, I find that slightly worrying if it has.
I think it's
It's
not so
not
much.
as weird as the cake. It's a different kind of weird.
Yeah,
You know the
That
sort of
is
weird that
also-
it is.
that and also the way it was presented, it made it more open to getting a lot of meme pictures
Yeah.
compared to the cake, which was just Knuckles standing there in a cake, which you can't really turn into a meme thing. This you can, but
In
It's actually a
general,
joke.
in general, popping out the cake is a meme.
yeah.
You know it's a meme when it has extended the shows aimed at 8-year-olds.
I think at this point it's taken half a series to almost drop the pretense that it is for it is for that age group. It seems to have rapidly last 4 episodes, I don't know why, but it just seems to have suddenly completely done a left turn to, well, you know what, let's just stop pretending that it's for this age group.
Why do you think that?
The way the show's suddenly gone like super meta at points.
Yeah, it's not as.
I don't think that's quite a thing that went. Wait, this is not for kids anymore. Do you remember? Do you remember Disney's Winnie the Pooh and how specifically?
I don't
meta
fucking
that's-
remember anything at the moment, if I'm honest. Oh wait,
It's like
I need
that.
to bleep
That was
myself.
animation. That was an animation for like the youngest age of probably 4. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like, how are we going to get Tigger out the tree? Oh, I know.
Chop
We're going
the
to turn
tree
the book
down.
sideways and have him walk down the text. Wait.
So we didn't set fire to the tree.
No, there was a person in it. We had to get the cat out of the tree.
I'm sure Disney wouldn't start using instances of setting fire to things in order to free people. We'll smoke the monster out. There's yeah, I've got a, this is as a result of everybody going on about this, I think this is one of the first episodes I'm actually going into. I've not seen it, which is never a good thing for the commentaries, because, like I say, I have to have my volume quite low because it's being recorded and be picked up. But everyone's going on about it so much. It's one of those things where I'm actually kind of apprehensive about the episode. because it's like, hey, it's like, look, there's a joke, and it's like, well, that's immediately dulled the impact it's going to have on me anyway, because you're all going, hey, there's a joke. It's the same thing it's the same issue I have with the writing on occasion, where they just, hammer it in. It's a bit social. I don't know, it's that, but as a result, I'm kind of apprehensive about it, because it's like everyone's going, hey, this is awesome, so much. It's like my immediate response is to go, oh, I really hope I do like this now, and I'm worried that I'm now not going to like the gag.
The funny thing about the gag is that they didn't make a big deal about it. That's the funny thing, is that they just were like, oh, hey, here it is. Okay, moving on.
So something like that needs to be like, barely a beat on it. It's like, to the point it needs to be treated as unimportant to make it become important and increase the humor.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's not necessarily what they did, but it's how they did it as well that really got me laughing, because it was not when I was expecting it.
Kevin is suffering this general problem that I've had for years, which is you get told something is good, and then you suddenly think,
it doesn't really live up to the hype, so to speak.
No, it's more the worry that you'll suddenly...
You suddenly become unable to consider enjoying it because so many people have told you that it's good.
Actually, no, from my point of view, it's more along the lines of, if I don't find this funny now, there's an issue. Because it's the sort of thing I end up doing, being me, which is like, hey, if someone goes, hey, this is wonderful, I'll go into it, and then if I actually have an opinion which is against the norm, which with media is quite frequent.
Same.
It's just like, excellent. It's always like the pre-knowledge of you're putting yourself. It's like I have formed an opinion on this. This is against the popular opinion, and okay. Yeah. I'm now not going to mention this because I just don't need the trouble. I don't need the fuss of people justifying why this is so good. Yeah,
that's the thing, is that I think Kevin and I both have really seen just what happens when you have a different opinion.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in more ways than one, not just towards me, but on TSSC like people commenting on TSSC articles, like earlier, like the past few days.
You got to remember that it's still cool to hate on TSSC.
Oh no, it's not so much that
2000, and this is still 2009 apparently.
Well, it's not really so much hatred towards TSSC. It's more like people just, they don't like, say for example, Boom is a success. I'm 100% convinced that it really does feel that way now, just based on everything we know now. But there are people that are still apprehensive to people who feel that way, even though I haven't really, gone at anyone who felt otherwise. And yet it just, and that's what you kind of see often in TSSC comments, like the comments in TSSC articles. It's just, I've been having to combat that hostility quite a lot, and it's just been ugh. But at least the show, for those who have been enjoying the show, I'm glad at least they seem to be having a great time. And and this episode actually kind of convinced me that this was my #1 favorite Sonic show now. Like this was the episode. Not just because of that gag, but the episode as a whole. But we shall see how it goes.
So, we're not doing Freiberger feedback so much, although I gave feedback to Freiberger. If you remember the last episode, when I actually, because I tweeted Bill because I didn't know Sam was on Twitter, but he is. You can follow him at Sam Sandak. But I said, yeah, more Sam. I confused somebody called Elliot Mattison with me saying we've not recorded today's episode yet. And somebody responded to Bill and Sam, what is he, as in me, talking about? That movie making episode aired on Cartoon Network, so it's recorded. To which Bill had to explain that he, as in me, is talking about recording Sonic Boom Commentary. Thanks, Bill. The check is in the mail. Unfortunately, it's gone via our episode delivery pigeon, which Dave the intern apparently murdered. So, it's
Goodbye, Nagaki.
Anyway, so
It was probably
as a
Nagaki.
result, there was some a number of tweets from Sam, who's currently in Thailand. Actually, he's in Phuket in Thailand. So he watched it somehow. So notes from Sam Freiberger, writer of the previous episode, based on Twitter. Okay. I want a variant Eggman action figure with beret and script reading action. As the LMC Twitter said, Scottish Knuckles first, then you can have this. Everything about, in regards to the situation on set, Sam said this is exactly what it is like being on a set. Hollywood brings out the worst in people. In regard to Sonic and Amy, a stuntman is a thankless job.
Don't worry, we thank Knuckles for it.
According to Sam, he says starring me as the S-bots, so I can only assume that he voiced them.
That or he's insulting himself.
I sincerely hope not.
Please don't. We need less of this in our existences.
If you weren't sure what the what it was that Drillbot was supposedly drilling for, it was Unaquarium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
As opposed to Unobtainium, which is what it usually is. It's Unaquarium, which is actually quite a nice twist. There's several other tweets that just go like various lines in the show. Apparently, in regard to the actual film itself, he says worse than Battlefield Earth. Tweeting John Travolta as he did it. Now there's a confused John Travolta.
Battlefield Earth is a masterpiece, and no.
It's a masterpiece of Battlefield Earth. And then it sort of ends up with movies were meant to only be watched with your sycophantic robots. But yes, Sam does notice it's his first solo writing credit on TV.
Oh, well then.
Solo credit, because obviously the Drawn Together one was part of a bit of an ensemble. So, congratulations to Sam. Well done. And may be the first of many.
It was resounding nonsense. Let's keep going.
Hedgehogs, yeah. Oh boy. So, today's show is a show. It involves hedgehogs. I even got the episode number wrong earlier, which just when I was writing about it, and I had it in front of me, which gives you an idea of just how out of it I am.
Yeah, I was about to say, I couldn't remember if you really were referring to today or tomorrow, like yesterday. So I kind of held my tongue because I didn't know for sure. But yeah,
I have no idea anymore.
Like I said, we've said time and time again, we've lost track.
Yeah.
We're just.
In regards to the episode, which was very kindly brought to us today by our episode delivery ghost.
Nagaki!
Yeah.
No!
Oh god, that implies that Nagi was the pigeon that we said initially. No.
That was the joke I already made. I thought you were following up on that when you said ghost. Now I'm worried.
Only now are you worried?
We weren't paying attention to each other and somehow came to the same conclusion. That's terrible. Am I dead again?
I'm on 6
Okay.
I'm on 6 seconds, guys. So
There are reasons.
get yourself
Alright.
lined up. But yes, so warning in advance. Apart from the previous warning that I am so not.
Kevin,
so not into today.
Kevin is not ready, and
be
there's
warned.
what's going on.
Be warned. This episode, apparently, according to these two, contains a moment that may or may not result in post-show discussions of a long nature.
Not to mention that this apparently contains what is Alan's favorite joke of the entire season.
Yeah.
I think
We've
I've
kinda
probably
touched upon
identified
that joke
what it
earlier.
is.
No,
I'm not
you're
entirely sure.
considering he responded to a tweet related to that joke, and he was just like, "Thank you." So I think
Okay,
it's safe
yeah,
to say that was the joke. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it's his favourite of the season, but it is pretty good.
Who would like to do the actual episode introduction? Because I am that. I am that gone. Who remembers what I say at the beginning of these things?
Shall I do the intro then?
You best do the intro. I'll still count down.
Are you the introduction, Donny?
Donny is the Donny.
Donny today will be Kevin. Kevin today will be Donny.
No, you can be
and I'll be Tanner. I'm not sure how to be Tanner except to say, "Oh, I'm chopping down trees and look at all my emotes."
Considering apparently Tanner liked the joke too, but I mean,
well,
that's
added
like
pressure.
Canada.
Added pressure for me to like this now.
Well, to be fair though, it's like it's just what Sonic
pressuring
does.
him. I was hoping not to pressure, but it was bad, so I apologize.
Why did I hear stop pressuring Kim?
Kim? Well, Kim
Like,
Kim Jong-un? We've got to keep pressurizing him with sanctions and stuff. It's important. Apparently.
I don't know why I heard Kim instead of Kev. It's just I think it was just my like I have tinnitus in my left ear, so that might have had something to do with it.
So let me get this right. You're now playing me. Kat's now playing Tanner, and I'm now playing a new character on the commentaries called Kim. You know what?
It's okay, Kevin. You can do everything.
You know what? F it. Let's just go with it. Right. I hope you're ready, Donny.
I don't know how actually to be Tanner. All I know is Canada and Putin and Amiibos.
Be sure to get very
Skull
angry.
Girls.
Yeah, get very angry on occasions owing to the amount of taxes put on video games. You've got a Let's Play out at the moment for Sonic 4. That's
oh my!
what I need to do. Right.
There was that time he Let's Played that one game, and now there are suspect thumbnails appearing next to Sonic Show videos.
Yeah, I keep getting those as well.
Sonic Spinball, you hate that game? It really sucks.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't hate the spinball. It's important.
But now Tanner won't be. If you're Tanner and Donny then isn't effectively here because he's being me, who's Tanner going to tell to shut up?
It's even worse. I don't know who to tell to shut up. I can't. The pressure is too much.
Right.
See, here's the thing though. Who would Jamie be able to tell to shut up? Who would be able to do the defeat Donnie segment in the opinions?
Donny?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to spell something. How's my Jamie impression?
What's even happening right now?
I don't know. We decided to be everybody else.
This pre-show is ending. It just is.
Can we be ourselves again?
It just is.
Can we be ourselves again, Kevin?
You guys can be you. I'm just going to be here.
Just when I thought
I need this crack to get over the other things, okay?
Just when I thought me talking about the ground being covered in jawbreakers was strange enough, now we're getting to this.
And they never heard that because it was on the episode that we lost.
It was on the recording that
So
we
this is
lost,
just
yeah.
the event that happened, and nobody knows
Yeah.
why. There we go.
We keep mentioning it just because it was so freaking weird about Dolly suddenly going off on one about how the floor was made of jawbreakers.
The funny thing is, too, is that was when I was tired.
This ought to be
What
good.
is it about us
Right.
recording when tired?
Right. Episode 34. I
Alright.
guess. Just a guy. Just a hedgehog with a hedgehog's character. Nothing but a hedgehog. No one but the pure at heart. 3,
3,
2. Oh, heaven help me, man.